Hello to you, my fellow Dark Ones. How are you guys doing today? How's life? I'm really sorry, it's like 5 AM. I was not really meant to record, but I ran into a problem. And I kind of have to explain it. So there are some tedious jobs in this mod pack that I have to do off camera because they're really boring. Well, at least most of them are repetitive. For example, the ultimate chemical library ingot. You know, this is something that I need for the ultimate ingot, and I need the ultimate ingot for almost everything. So the way that chemical library ingots work is super simple, right? Let's say that we want vanadium. You put some emeralds inside the dissolver, I already have a pattern for it, you get vanadium inside the tube. Then you need to convert that vanadium into the dust, like so. That goes inside one of the compactors, right? If I order the vanadium dust, there you go. Well, it takes time, but there you go. The next thing that has to happen is that you just have to cook it. So you get vanadium. Oh, my compressed cobblestone is ready. Let's learn it. Anyways, where am I going with this? Obviously, I just need a pattern for vanadium. That goes inside the furnace, and voila. That's automated. So vanadium is off the list, but I ran into a problem which is very consistent. So obviously there is a mod whose name I shall not mention, and that has a lot of ingots which are basically useless, but they're in the JEI and therefore they do have a tag. And that conflicts with the chemical library. For example, sodium. You know, we have one from a mod whose name I shall not mention, and we have one from the chemical library. So if you want to get the sodium dust from chemical library, you're fine, it's the same setup, but whenever you cook it, here's what's going to happen. You get the sodium from a mod whose name I shall not mention.
My lord, bon appetite.
Thank you. I'm just having coffee. And no matter how hard you try, you cannot convert the sodium from a mod whose name I shall not mention to the one that you want. Thankfully, Mechanism has a machine which will change the OR dictionary of ingots or anything. The only thing that I do is that I have made a dictionary, you put the sodium ingot in, it will give you its tag, then inside the machine you just input the tag and change the ingot to what you want. So that's our first problem, and it has been for a lot of ingots. For example, now I'm having the same problem with potassium. So we do this together. It's forge, ingots, potassium. So forge, ingots, potassium inside the machine, and we choose the one that we want. And if we put the ingot in, it's converted. Sometimes it does make your job a bit easier because, well, I don't have to process potassium. I already have it from a mod whose name I shall not mention. But sometimes it's just a tedious job. In addition to that problem, now we have another problem. Some of the items are based on chance, like scandium. So if you dissolve deep slate, there is a 1.3% chance of getting scandium, which is garbage. So from the chemistry mod, we either need to have a fission reactor or a fusion reactor. You know, to mix and match elements or to separate them. I wanted to put the reactor somewhere over there, but then I realized that, well, this is off-centered, and there were a few automations that I wanted to place here, so we do have to take a break, move the automations first. And of course, one of them is this guy, the crafting core. I was expecting it to have a ton of recipes, but unfortunately it doesn't. It's like 3 recipes, so it's not going to be symmetrical, but we have to make it symmetrical. So I have to install a brand new one. You know, we should have 2. Is the thing. So first off, combination crafter does not have to be this big, I'll give you that. So a normal 5x5 for making the creative items is not going to be enough, you need at least a 7x7. But since I wanted it to be really symmetrical, it's a 9x9. But I just had a very simple epiphany. Can we cheat? So this is Neutronium ingot from a mod whose name I shall not mention. Forge, ingot, Neutronium, right? Forge, ingot, Neutronium. That's not how you write Neutronium? Oh yes. Ingots. So we change it to that output and we give you this neutronium. Oh my goodness. You have no idea what this means. We can have neutronium, you know, in any shape and form. Wait, that opens up a huge opportunity for me. Yeah, very huge opportunities. Things can begin to change. I might need more neutronium is the thing. But let's focus. Alright guys, it has been a while later, and yes, we have 2 fission reactors and 2 fusion reactors. And yeah, the list is way shorter. The first time that I saw this mod was in Not Too Complicated, and at that time it was really bad. You know, it was 1.16 and it wasn't the best. In the recent version, it's actually quite nice. For example, do you guys remember in Not Too Complicated, the controller of the reactors was outside the multi-block? And it was very site sensitive, so fusing stuff was a bit painful. Now the only thing that you need is just a pattern. It does have an input and it does have an output. Although it's very slow, so yeah, we're surging them. They are incredibly easy to automate, pattern provider, reactor input, and then we import from the reactor output. And of course, as usual, an interface for surging. Like so. But let us make an element together because most of the times I get the comment that I don't explain everything. So my next element is ruthenium. It has like 22 different combinations, but I do have magnesium and germanium on auto-crafting, so we use that one. Then the dust, and finally the ingots. This one was a bit simple, normally it's a bit more involved. But when I have the patterns, I just order one ingot. What happened? Well, it's not connected. Yes. Yeah, I ordered one ingot, and the moment I get it, it's off the list. My fellow lords and ladies of darkness, you might notice that our bookmark is dwindling. And if this ingot works, we're almost done. Actually, there's no reason it shouldn't work, but it's been like 4 hours later. You have no idea how many patterns I have set. Oh, it's ready. Perfect. So now that it is ready, here is the recipe for the ultimate chemical library ingot. I had no idea this is going to take that much time, but can we craft it? Yes. And the first one should be really fast. Maybe not. How am I missing something? Because the thing is, I ordered every single ingot, but yeah, it's done. So getting the 1 is not a big deal. What I want to know is that can I have 10? What? Oh yeah, I know. At least I think I know. Let's try this again. Now we're fine. Okay, I was missing 1 pattern. That's a whole lot of crafting. For 10 ingots. Well, obviously this can take some time, so I'll wait. I was AFK for a few minutes, I just wanted to see if this thing works, and yeah, it did work. So let's order 100. Because if I want to order 100 ultimate ingots, this is the one which takes the most amount of time. We might as well remove our bottleneck before it starts being a bottleneck. Anyways, let's get back to the more important thing. Neutronium. So this is a bit of a game changer for me. Oh, they're doing work. Oops. It's okay. Wait, I do have the Neutronium, yes. So just in case, if I want to order 100, I can. I was going to say this is a bit of a game changer for me, because if you want to make a Neutronium collector, that's the recipe. And it does require 4 ultimate ingots, so we're getting Neutronium before the ultimate ingot. And we're also getting it really fast. One thing that would make it faster is that I put my reactor inside the compact machine and try to add more irradiators. Why not? It's just that when I was collecting gems, I threw away my magnet. So let's get a dislocator and upgrade it. So it was graphite, radiation chamber, irradiator. Okay. I should be able to remember that. Wait, it's still working. No, I thought it is. So the compact machines are a bit laggy and I think I have to go here. Yes. Yeah, you see, FPS is not great. So let me assemble it, I'll be right back. It's not a big deal, we have already done this. It's just that it's not gonna be symmetrical. I'll put it in one corner. Please forgive me if this place is laggy. It is laggy, it's red. But I just wanted to explain something. Previously, we had 6 of these irradiators, right? Now we have 24. And something very important that I had to pay attention to is that everything has to be within one line. So there's a fuel cell behind the graphite, then there's the graphite, then fission reactor irradiation chamber, then the irradiator. Also, if the reactor runs, I'm going to be relatively happy, but if it's too hot and it doesn't run, it's fine. We don't need it to run. Yeah, it can still run, but if we turn it off, they will still work. Perfect. And I think the higher the radiation, the faster it works. Well, in order to do everything, what we're going to do is that we're going to have an EMC link. It's way easier, and we're going to set it for platinum. And then we're going to have subnetwork. Again, sorry about the lag. It's actually not my fault. Trust me. You see, the thing is, this is a dimensional pocket. It's not a compact machine. So whenever you make a compact machine, the distance between each pocket is going to be like 300 or 400 blocks. Here it's just like 2 chunks and we have all the botany pots. It's like 200 of them, I don't know. And I think they're rendering, that should be the problem. But I try to be really fast, so I have an EMC link for platinum, we have a storage bus set on extract, we have a dimensional chest with another storage bus set on export. You know, only for Neutronium. I have import-export buses which are exporting platinum, and everything else, in this case Neutronium, will be imported. And we are going to have 24 of them, and I'm just going to copy and paste the setting using our card. That's it. I'll be right back. And it's also a very good thing that I checked everything before I left. It was blowing up. It was up to here. Well, it's just a reactor for Neutronium. I don't care if it works. And now if we take a look at our supply of Neutronium, it's every 1 second because of Super Factory Manager. That's not bad. It's way better than it was before. You know, in every single mod pack, I have the same problem. You go and kill mobs and you get like 5 million different garbage. I wanted to empty it out into our applied energetic system or to void it or whatever, and well, we have 2 options. Well, I think there are going to be 2 fun options. One of them is a player interface from Actually Additions, and the other one is modular routers. So for the longest time, I could not make this guy bound to me. Because it should have an owner, right? I crafted an extra one, I thought maybe I should actually craft it. And this one is not being converted. Ah, you have to sneak and right click on the ground. Yes. Let's try another one. Okay. Now we know. So basically what is going to happen is that we put it inside the modular router. Maybe we put one of them. And then we have to set up filters. You know, so that it doesn't take everything out. Mainly I want to get rid of the solidified experience, it's so much. You know, you hit a mob and you get like 4 stacks. My fellow lords and ladies of darkness, believe it or not, we're actually progressing. It's a weird type of progression because, well, we have to kill a lot of mobs, but it's kind of nice. So I have gathered a bunch of data models which are now basic, and I do have a decent number of swaps. The last clip that you saw was Lord Pumpkinhead. So I don't know, I was just looking for stuff from Born in Chaos and I found this. In here, in one of the chests, I did manage to find something of interest. It's called Transmutating Elixir. So technically speaking, you can craft it, it's just that I didn't have a torch flower. I used that in order to make a gate pearl. And well, Lord Pumpkinhead arrived. Anyways, I thought maybe we should check other gateways. This one is called the Missionary, so it should give us the Missionary guy. These guys are weird. But this is where I get barrels. Used to get barrels. In the mob farm. Let's also get a data model for the missionary. You know, just in case he spawns. Oh, that's the missionary. Hello. So, let's kill him. Okay, it's nighttime and I was trying this soul star. It always points towards something from bosses of mass destruction. I'm not very familiar with this mod, so let's see who it is. Chiseled stone altar. What should we do? That's it? Whoa, that's not it. Oh, there are 4 of them. That's a waste, because I don't have that many stars is the thing. Ah, you're the guy. Okay, I need his data model anyways. Also, I might have lost him. Oh, he's there. Hello. And give me a swap. And I guess let's kill him. That's it. So, the problem is that we can't summon him again. It's okay, I do have the swap. So now if I throw this, is it gonna point towards the same thing? Yeah. It's okay, for the rest, I'm just gonna use the compass. Well, there is something called a void lily, and I think we are very close. Whatever it is, it's underground. Yeah, I think it's that way. You know, I had to take a break from making all of those ingots. This is why I'm adventuring. That's not the one. You know, I can see your bar. Oh yeah, there it is. So, he does have a data model, which is great. And please have a swap. It doesn't. But I do have to kill it only 3 times, so it shouldn't be that much of a grind. Yeah, maybe 1000 blocks away. So I was just flying around. I don't even know what that thing is. You don't have a data model, right? Let's take a swap, just in case. And try to find him. Oh, he's down there. Okay, he does have an egg. And he's dead. So, dragon skull, dragon bones. I was looking for some skeletons. Totally something that I wasn't expecting. But it looks amazing. And did you know, the best part is that they have banners. I like banners. Especially big ones. Oh my goodness. Look at those cages. We take them home, somehow, for decorations. How do you break it? I think it fell down. Yeah, I can't take them home. Such a shame. There's another one. You know, that was the first one. This is the second one. I like the animation. It's a shame that he dies fast. Okay, I just made an amazing discovery. You can take the cages home. Mob imprisonment tool. Because it does have a health bar. We take some home. Why not? Of course, if you click it from the bottom, you kind of dupe it. We take it from the top. No? Well, who cares? I have some. I have been collecting data models for the longest time, and I was looking for that guy. Well, the issue is that I already know where he was. I didn't know how to summon him. There is an obsidian altar there, and you have to put an Eye of the Ender inside. And yeah, I even got the Hydra. Wasn't the best. Oh. Hi. So there is a very high chance that we don't really have to look for another one. There is a way of resetting it, which I just learned. Yeah, Brimstone Nectar. So will it reset? Yeah. I wish I knew that about the Night Leech or whatever. I had to find 3 towers. Or even the flower. Yeah, it's basic. So technically speaking, the only one who's left is the Piglich. So we're looking for the ancient pyramid, dimension, the other. It's not that far, but I just remembered they have like 10,000 health. What is this? Oh, okay. Blocks. So if I'm not wrong, Pigliches are not aggro as long as you don't touch them, right? Yeah. Let's try to kill them one by one. They're not that tough. He dropped an Allthemodium sword. Also, the reason that I'm getting hundreds of drops is that I'm also killing the mobs inside. We do an area of damage. They drop Allthemodium stuff. That's actually quite interesting. Well, the data model is basic. We are now just experimenting. Now that we have all the data models, one of the things that we can craft is the ultimate prediction. It was a very horrifying day for me, but yeah, it's very useful for duping chaos shards, which we have to. We have to use it in some creative items, and most importantly, for the ultimate infinity seed, which gives us the infinity essence, the ultimate gem, the ultimate heart, and also the ultimate singularity. And I'll be very honest with you, we are extremely close to getting this, I think. But before doing that, we need to organize. So there is a dark vortex, and you might notice I have actually 5 of them. One is in the chest. He's going to drop Ethereal Spirit, which does have a singularity. And since we don't really have a mob farm, we need to update him so that we can put it inside those machines. Actually, that's the entire organization. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, and by the way, it was the Dire Hound leader. The big dogs. They do spawn around the base, I was just reading it wrong. And now that you want to see one, there's nobody here. Yeah, of course, then there is a question about the Chaos Guardian. So you might notice one of them is different because I killed 2 Chaos Dragons with it. The other ones are basically just 1 and they're basic. So Chaos Guardian is a bit special because we need the Chaos Guardian prediction in order to make the ultimate prediction. But then if we convert it into the other Chaos Guardian prediction, we can use it in order to make Chaos Shards. I don't need that. I'm going to go with the big one. Okay, maybe it's not different. We just need the 1. Actually, maybe 2. Let me sort everything out. I'm sorry, we're in a laggy location, but my ultimate chemistry ingot was not finished. And that's the reason. Vanadium. Well, not vanadium, it's actually applied energistics. You see, it tells me that I have 6,000 vanadium, but I'm still receiving it. And I also got 5,000. Yeah, I think I have to check it, but I'm waiting for all the predictions to be ready so that I can lock the drawers. And so far, I think I'm doing a good job. Well, obviously, I did a good job. We have all the data models, I think. And yeah, Chaos Dragon is a bit weird. So there are no different tiers and it upgrades incredibly slowly. I brought all 4 of them because we had extra machines. And honestly, that is the part which scares me because I'm scared that I have missed a few data models. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a while later and I think we are done. So if I look at the quest book, it seems that I have touched every single prediction, right? There's nothing missing. That means wherever it is, it's in one of these drawers. And talking about drawers, let's also try to upgrade them. Because yeah, these are for the ultimate prediction, but we might have a bit more. I don't have the upgrade. Apparently I have missed a few. Anyways, yes, we need this for the ultimate prediction, which I don't think we are going to need that many of, but we might need some of the loot. So it's good to have a bigger buffer. How much is that bigger buffer? 8,000. That's not bad. Also, until right now, it was not linked to our applied energistic system, so let's try to link it. And then see if we can make the ultimate prediction. Yeah, we have every single prediction in our system. That is good. How do you make it? Oh, it's the epic crafting table. And I'm going to be very honest with you, I have no idea if we can actually craft that table. I don't think we can. Well, whatever it is, it does require the Endless Pearl. Well, actually, we're not missing that much. So the Endless Pearl, I think, is just a missing pattern. Yes, we can craft it. That was fast. For the crafting table itself, that should be a problem. Enhanced redstone catalyst. Okay, we don't make it today. The reason that I'm saying that we are going to leave it for next episode is that we need something called enhanced redstone ingot, right? So it's a flux crafter. And I'll be very honest with you, I have no idea where to put it, because we need like 100 ingots and that's it. Even those 2 are extra. Well, maybe just for the creative items. Or symmetry. However, I have been trying to understand what is wrong with vanadium and I think it's applied energistics. So the Mega Dissolver tier 2 takes 1 stack of emeralds and gives you 256 vanadium. So I don't know, if I want to make 5000 vanadium, obviously the emerald goes in and everything goes into both output buses. Either it's voiding the excess or there's something wrong. I think it's voiding the excess. Also, it's telling me it's done and you can see vanadium here. These are costume machines. Maybe something is wrong. Also, one of the things that I have realized is that for every single Endless Pearl, I need 1 Abyssal Ingot Singularity. And I don't see any cheaty ways of making that. I have made singularities and I just got the quest. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep 1.2 million of it in our system, and we're going to craft them in the badges of 25,000. So it should always craft it. Another thing is that, if you guys remember, like in Project Ozone, we have something called Infinity. So it's like neutral steel, demon steel, whatever, and it goes up to 12. So I have done a rough calculation. In order to get one Infinity 12, we need 59,000 Infinity 1. Because not every time it's a multiple of 3. Because yeah, until a certain point it's a multiple of 3, but Infinity 3 gets converted to Infinity 4 and it's a 1-to-1 ratio. 8 and 9 are the same. And I think 11 is less than 3. So maybe 2.5. So 59,000 is the worst case scenario. And we don't need one Infinity 12, we need a bunch. So I am making slates, and let's see how far we can go. So just as an example, can I have 60,000 Infinity 1? No. Oh, that's not a big deal. So in one of our compact machines, we had a machine which was making us essence, right? We are converting Inferium into Insanium in this one, which I always forget to empty. But the other one is also converting everything into Divinium essence. And so far we have, how many? 226. So if we unpack it, how much are we missing? That's just for 60,000, that's not gonna work. It's better, but it's not gonna work. Well, at least let us try to solve the gold. Why not? We just let it run for a while, and there you go. That should be enough EMC. Here's the problem. So let's say I need 20 Infinity 12, right? And let's say that is 1 million Infinity 1. That's what we're missing, and that is quite a bit. The other problem is that we can't really expand because, well, we might lag. I have done a lot of exploration, so the number is higher than what it should be. We're also crafting a ton of stuff, and also the energy condensers are working, so yeah, the number is a bit lower, but we have to take care of lag. How do we take care of lag? Well, I do have a plan. I have 3 void miners, right? One of them is in the end giving us Allthemodium. That's the Infinity miner. And so far for Allthemodium, it has been really productive. And also it gave us a lot of coal. Then I have another one on top of the nether for vibranium, and that's not doing great. And I have another one in the overworld for Allthemodium, which is also doing really garbage. So we might go with the seeds, but they're also giving us some extra stuff. And some of those extra stuff I actually need it in order to make the ultimate infinity seed. You know, like the ultimate gem. We don't need that many of that, so let's get that out of the way, so that I know that when I remove the miners, we're not going to run into any problems. What are we missing? That's not bad. I have no idea what this is. I have a pattern for it. Does it work? Yeah, okay. So whatever it is, we just drop it into the Elven portal. You know, like so. Can I have the one? Yes. So there is something called a soul gem that can be anything. I don't know. Go with rubies. That should be Insanium gem, and that should be Solium gem. And that one, I'll just craft it manually. We just need like 10 or 15. And I'm being very generous. Yeah, give me 15. Why not? I can set a pattern for it as well, but I don't think we need to. So now if I want to make the ultimate gem, let's say I want 100. What? What? Didn't I make a pattern for the soul gem? Yeah. Is it like a different soul gem? Actually, you know what? Just give me soul gem. I'll dupe it. Yeah. As for ethereal slate, I just have to craft it. Shouldn't take that long. So I have just made the pattern one more time. You know, for some reason it doesn't like my soul gem. But let's see if I can make some 100 ultimate gems. What's wrong with you? Apparently I was just missing a pattern, which last time I was not. I'm very confused, but that's 100 of it. Basically, I just need enough in order to make the ultimate infinity seed, right? So that requires only 8. And we are making 100, so we should be fine. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if what I said was clear or not, but basically what I'm trying to do is very simple. I am trying to remove some of the unnecessary automation so that I can reduce the lag and then install better automations. We're not lagging now, but we will. And yes, I have brought all 16 colors of wool. Are we done? No? Is there a chest that I'm supposed to find? Oh, it's here. Sorry. And that should be his head. Perfect. Anyways, just as an example, if I do manage to make the ultimate gems, which I have already made 40, yeah, that's great. And it's not a quest, because I think we're cheating with Neutronium, yeah. But here's the deal, if I make all the ultimate gems that I'm ever going to need in order to make the ultimate infinity seed, which you know in return is going to allow me to make ultimate gems way simpler, then I don't need the miners. And I don't need to process any of these stuff from silent gear. Or if we get Allthemodium and vibranium, I can remove both miners. And that's actually the main reason that I wanted the Quest Ramps trophy, because yeah, I need that for the Allthemodium seed. So let me try to make some patterns, I'll be right back. I'm not exactly sure if this is a boo-boo or not, but in order to make the Allthemodium seed, I need 2 awakened supremium furnaces. And that's the only recipe. Nothing else. I had to craft everything from scratch again. And yes, the lever. So that part is perfect. We have both furnaces. Now, what else are we missing? Trophies we should have. Purple matter, not a big deal. There you go. And then we need the actual Allthemodium ore, and there is a recipe. So stone goes in the extra, and we have 2 ores in the combiner. I'm assuming same goes with vibranium? Okay, I think if I just get some green matter, we can craft them both. Let me set up some patterns. My gems are ready. So that should be the recipe for vibranium seed. That should be the recipe for Allthemodium seed. We save it, and let's see if I can craft it. I did set up patterns. I swear I did. You have a pattern. So apparently if we get our tier 6 crafting seed, that is our Allthemodium seed. A bit painful, but we have it. Let's try to let it grow for a while. Maybe we get extra seeds. It's growing, right? Yeah. So that means this void miner is no longer required because it doesn't give me anything special. I just remove the power, it should die on its own. Oh, we're also getting our ultimate chemistry library ingot. That's nice. Vanadium was the problem. Let me also try and get the vibranium seed and I'll be right back. It's just that it's more garbage. And since I have already killed the bosses at least once, we should have everything. What am I missing? Blazing Eye. Yes. Why is this my last one? Somebody drops it. It's fine. It's fine. But that, ladies and gentlemen, should be our vibranium seed. Like so. And for the moment, let's just plant it so that we get some extra seeds. You're supposed to get it, right? Yeah, there is a chance. 1% chance. That's fine. But that means if we also go to the nether roof, that's no longer required. Oh, it was surged. Perfectly fine. You don't need to work. Ever. Also, just in case, we take the singularity. Yeah, I think today we did manage to do a fine job. And my ingots are ready as well. Well, almost ready. A bit left. So if next episode I would be able to make some of these super essences, then we can also remove like most of the botany pots. It's just that I'm not sure how many of them we need. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one. Bye bye.